Hey, this is Allison Bonaguro, country music journalist, and you are listening to the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast with Jillian and Aaron Schreiber.
Welcome to the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Schreiber, brought to you by Arlo Revolution. Each week, Aaron connects melodies and memories with fans and artists from all genres of life. When all else in life is gone, only music will be left to leave the legacy of life's adventures. Please welcome your host for the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast, Aaron Schreiber.
Hey, guys. Man, I feel like we haven't done a show in a minute.
Oh, yeah, I'm rusty.
You did good. I mean, that was good. I mean,
it's like right. I've never done this before. I completely went blank, and I was like, I need the cues. I don't know what happened.
Man, all right. How's it sound on your end?
I'm off tonight.
Let's check everything else. If you guys are in the chat, give us a thumbs up. Just let us know how it's sounding. We're gonna make sure everything is up and running before we keep rolling. Yeah, we run on a little delay, so that's why we kind of do our thing before.
All right, we're good to go.
Sound good on your end?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. All right. I was just saying, this is our last live show.
Season finale.
Technically live season finale.
Yeah.
Because then we ended in 125, which we recorded at the Writers' Room.
Yeah, true.
A couple weeks ago. So.
True.
But kind of fun, man. It was a fun little.
Which our guest was at, which is so exciting.
That's what's cool. It goes into it.
Yeah, awesome.
All right. Hello and welcome everyone to season 5 of the Gaining Fast on Memphis podcast, a place where we connect melodies to memories. I'm your host, Aaron Schreiber.
And I'm your co-host, Jillian Schreiber.
Our mission tonight is to provide a platform for motivated singer-songwriters, passionate fans, or someone who's making a difference in and around the music community. We hope everyone listening leaves inspired with a positive outlook on life and begins connecting their own melodies to memories. Tonight we are presented by our good friends at Arlo Revolution, cinematic wedding films, music videos, and promos. Find them at arlorevolution.com. One Tree Planted. For every 1,000 downloads of the show, we plant a tree with One Tree Planted. Download the show on your favorite podcast app. And then Pod Decks. Pod Decks are the hottest tool to get your next great interview. Unique interview questions in the palm of your hand. Our on-screen sponsors tonight are Art on a Higher Wire by Joel, original and custom artwork inspired by your life moments, treasured photos, and memories. And Shed Services. At Shed Services, we offer a full range of maintenance services depending on your needs. Find them at shedservices.com. If you're looking for ways to support or sponsor Gaining Fast on Memphis, then please head over to our Patreon page. Tiers start at just $1. And when you sign up for a full year, you get 2 months free. At Patreon, something you can't do. The next best way to support the show is to like, share, review, and subscribe anywhere you can find the show. And remember, you can join us live every Monday night. We're normally Monday nights at 7 p.m. Central on Facebook and YouTube, where you can interact with the show, ask questions, and join in on our live chat with your favorite guest. Visit GainingFastOnMemphis.com for constant reviews, playlist links, and more. We do thank every one of our sponsors and everybody for continuing support and growth of the show. We've got to do some really cool stuff lately. So thank you guys for what we got to do, and especially that Writers' Round we just kind of talked about. And that's where we kind of brings us to tonight with our guest. When I was looking for kind of to round off our round, if you want to say, I always heard about Michael, and I never really looked into a lot of him. And now I'm realizing I think I've probably seen him live probably like half a dozen times in cover bands over the years, just throughout Chicagoland. But tonight we welcome in Michael Keys for episode 124. Michael is a native right here in Chicago, but has big dreams. He is chasing Nashville, grinding his teeth for a few years in cover bands. He's now playing his originals and making fans everywhere he plays. Tonight we are honored to discuss the melodies and memories that make up his journey. And we're going to welcome on. All right, I was gonna say we lost his video, so I'm hoping we could get him back. Can you hear us, buddy? We'll see what happens. We can get him back. I don't know.
I was gonna say we were doing good.
Yeah, he probably had to refresh like last time. Remember last time I had to refresh and come back.
Yeah, we'll get him on. There he is.
Hello. Man, hey. I don't get technology at all.
You're all good, buddy.
You're good. You're here.
We're working on it. So, man, dude, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you and actually sit down and talk to you a little bit. I know we briefly spoke at Live Oak not too long ago, and I love throwing pictures up while we talk, kind of show your journey. And I love starting with this one because opening day, dude. And we're talking on baseball's opening day. Cubs won, and you're a Chicago native. So welcome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks again for having me, y'all.
Dude, we're excited, man. I like to start this show, and I always like to throw it back. So I do want to throw it back to Illinois, man. When you're growing up, maybe it was playing right in the house, maybe what your parents played around. This is your first musical memory you have, and maybe your first concert you ever kind of attended to that you actually have a memory from.
No.
I think he froze again, or is he messing with us?
I think he froze. Oh no. That's a good frozen picture, though.
It is a good frozen picture. All right, guys, we'll see if we can get him back. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we keep
I wonder if
losing
he's
him.
having.
I know it's windy up here tonight.
Yeah, we have a full service though, so I'm not sure. If
We'll get him
internet
back. I mean,
issues.
he normally comes back pretty quick. So here he is.
I have.
Can you hear us, buddy?
Gotta get out of this.
I wonder if I hit restore. Okay, I can't hear him. Hang tight, guys. I'm sorry. Well, we apologize. We'll get him right back and we'll be back up and running. I don't know what happened here. Let me refresh and see. Still nothing. All right. All right, guys. Hang tight. This is fun. This is why we do this live, so you guys can see all the fun we
You
do.
can start seeing us sweat.
Yeah. So how all the fun we have with this thing. And we edit
So you know what was super cool about
we
the
edit all
writers
this
round
all
though?
out.
I have to tell him what was super cool. I thought was amazing is his mom was there,
Yeah.
and so she got to watch him play and got to be there, and I thought that was really awesome. That she was visiting and he had family there. That was cool.
And we do
He
apologize.
did an amazing job.
If it doesn't sound like anybody's like kind of using the bathroom behind us, our
sump pump is
yeah.
going. It's raining like a banshee here.
We record this
So.
in the basement of our house, and our sump pump is running a mile a minute. So we do apologize. I don't think nobody is peeing in the background that we know of. You know, we've had that happen here before.
Oh,
What's up, buddy? I knew we were gonna get
Yo, so I have this thing on my Safari on my phone. I downloaded the app, but when I clicked the link, it just popped up in my Safari. So I wonder
if it was.
I wonder if the
interfering
issue's
or
going on Safari.
Yeah, I wonder what happened. That's weird.
Well, you're here now.
I apologize.
Dude, we're fine. That's what we're explaining. We love doing this live because people can see how it happens,
He's
and
frozen.
we do the magic in the end. I think we lost you again. Oh man, this is not good. I wonder if it's.
He says he's going through the link. I wonder if
He needs to
he's
go
better
through
to
the
go
app.
through the app.
But if he clicks the link, it should take him through the app. I wonder if he has it on like airplane mode, or if he's getting notifications, or.
I have to admit though, every time he freezes, it's
Yeah, he has good frozen pictures.
frozen picture.
He does have good frozen pictures. So we're working to get him back, guys. We hope we can get him back up and running. So, all right, delete all these. Huh. There we go. Put that one up. Yeah, so we'll see what we can do to get him back up and running. I don't know what's going on with that end, but it's been a fun week.
Check your email.
Check my email. Why?
Oh, never mind. And see if there's another way.
Oh, you're like, check your email. You're all serious there for a minute. I was like, oh, okay. No, we'll see what we can do and see if we can get him back up and running. No. Yeah, if he goes through the app, I think it might be better off. So, but yeah, we do apologize for you guys are listening and hear anything in the background. It does sound like someone's using the bathroom or some pump's going a mile a minute. We are waiting for Michael to come back on and see if we can get him and get this thing rolling tonight. But yeah. Mm.
I
I wonder if they're having bad weather too. I mean, we're just having wind. I mean, it's just really rainy.
Yeah, but our connection, we have a full connection. So
I know, but it could still be. At one time, what was that Sound Pump again? Be some fun editing on this show. So yeah, we do apologize, guys. We're gonna try to get them back on. Yeah. In the meantime, if you guys wait till you guys hear that in the next episode, it's kind of fun. So what we're gonna do is we recorded it live in Nashville a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago at Live Oak. Michael was on the lineup. It was a great lineup to have. Our first round put together. So we recorded it live at the end of each round. We all asked them like a random one of our pod deck questions that we'll ask at the end of the night tonight. Yeah, they want to know if you got any good jokes, any good mom jokes.
Oh, hey, Junior.
So we normally take like one song from each artist and like that round of questions, and we put it all together and make an episode out of it. So it's gonna be a little fun thing that we're gonna do and see what happens. But yeah, we're gonna try to get Michael back on, and hopefully everything works out tonight. I don't know what happened, but weird.
I don't know. I'm not a
At least that lights are flickering, so that's always good.
techie person.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see what we can do. And
Thanks for hanging with us for a few minutes.
All right, let's see. All right, buddy. Let's see if we can get you back on. Let's pray. All right, you back?
Third time.
It keeps, yeah.
Froze again right away.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell him to do.
I don't know what to do. That's weird. I never had a problem.
I wonder if he has a computer or like a tablet.
I don't know. Let's we'll be right back. We'll see if we could figure something out. All right. Can you hear us now?
Yep, I can hear you guys.
All right. Now, did you go through the app or are you still trying the Safari?
I'm trying to go through the app, but I don't know how to paste the link in the app.
What if you just click the link in the email? What does it do? Does it take you to Safari then?
What? Yeah, it takes me to Safari.
That's weird. I don't know how to do that either. Yeah. Because like when I click, it'll take me.
Usually takes you straight to.
It takes me to the app before Safari.
Yeah.
Which is
really?
all right. Well, yeah. Well, we got you now, so let's hope everything works out.
Everybody hold.
I'm logging into my computer just in case this crashes again.
Okay, no one breathe. Sorry, buddy. It would be fun editing.
I'm sorry. I don't know why it's like this.
Dude, don't be sorry, man. It's all good, man. We just want to get it all worked out and make sure we're up and running good before we get running. But yeah, all right, dude. Yeah. So I always start the podcast. I like throwing it way back, dude. Like your earliest music memory, like kind of what your parents were playing around the house while you're growing up. And into maybe your first concert experience, maybe what your first concert was, maybe a memory you might have with it.
Absolutely, yeah. My first concert experience was the summer of 2008, 2009. It was the tour Rascal Flatts, and Taylor Swift was on that tour. And I think Eric Church is actually supposed to be on that tour too, but then
that was that too? I think it was 2006.
2006. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because that was the one he got fired from in Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
Taylor took his spot.
Yep.
It was that.
Yeah, but that was my first ever concert. It was at well now I don't know what it's called now, but back then it was called First Memphis Bank Amphitheater.
Mm-hmm.
New World Tweeter Center.
Yeah, New World Tweeter Center.
Whatever it's been over the years.
But yes, that was my first concert experience. It was a great show. Gary Lavog, he's just amazing at vocals. He's awesome. And my music memory with my parents, I remember back in the days, my dad was actually the one who got me into country music. Of course, growing up in Chicago, it's hard to like get into country music, but my dad, he always loved it. And every day we were
it was going so good too. Man,
choice words.
What?
Can you forward me the link? Can you forward that link to me?
Yeah.
My email.
Check your email.
Is it in my? Is it in my? Okay.
All right, we'll see what we can do. I know he said he's firing up his computer, so maybe he can get his computer up and going and we get him back on. I don't know what's going on. It's so weird. I've never had that issue. I don't know. Our basement's haunted, I swear. All right.
Mine's taking me to Safari too.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Can I use the same login or no?
Oh, I mean, well, yeah. It's kind of so. It says app.b. So it's like the app inside Safari. That's weird. All right.
okay. I tried my computer now, so let's see.
All right. Yeah, I was trying to test some things out on my end too. So,
okay.
All right. You good?
I can hear you guys loud and clear.
All right. You good to go?
Yeah.
Are you trying to get back in, or what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
We were trying on our end to make sure everything's good to go.
Anything that we could do to try to help
anything
you.
we can do.
That was so odd. I've never had like that issue before. It just, hey, I got to tell you, we have talked about.
Well,
it
I wouldn't say we never have issues. We have issues all the time.
No, we have talked about it a few times. Your frozen face is awesome.
Yeah, you have a really good frozen face.
Really?
Every time you freeze, it's a good picture.
It's always a good pose.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
so no,
that's good to know. Yeah.
So yeah, you say your parents are kind of growing up on country. Country was really hard back in the day. I think to come by in Chicago because we really didn't have much. US 99 was always good. We had Lisa Dent and Ramblin' Ray in the morning. So kind of growing up. Did you have? I mean, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 30 years old.
30. So about 10 years behind me. So yeah, I think you probably had a little bit of Lisa Dent, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah, because that was always my go-to in the morning.
Yeah, Lisa Dent, Ramblin' Ray in the morning. Yep.
So, but Chicago was always a hard market, I felt, for country music. I feel like it's really over the last 10 years kind of picked up a little bit more, but
yes, a lot more.
So when you started kind of writing music, did you start young or did you kind of wait till you were kind of playing music out and about?
So yeah, I was first thrown out into covers. But it's actually strange how I first got into writing music. Because before I even decided to do country music, I was actually in a hard rock original band called Delightful Downfall. And we played a bunch of local rock acts around town. And the reason why I decided to join a hard rock band was my vocal teacher at the time was like, yeah, I don't know, because this was way back like 2009, 2010, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on with country music, but I mean, rock's really big in Chicago, so you should do some rock music. And the next day, I literally had like the drummer of the band reach out to me and say, hey, we're looking for a vocalist for our band. And I honestly thought they knew each other, but I found out that they didn't. It was just like, a weird coincidence. And, I joined the band then, and then I was with them for 3 years. And so that was my first crack at songwriting, actually.
And was that fresh out of high school, or were you still in high school when you guys got together?
It was near the end of high school.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was like my last couple of days of my senior year when we got together.
I gotta say, man, I saw the list of some of these venues, man. I put these in the notes, but it's like Metro, House of Blues. Tell me about playing some of these famous Chicago venues
Impressive.
in high school, dude.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. Especially like, seeing like these national acts too. And, my band actually we had the opportunity to open for Buck Cherry.
Nice.
Yeah. And that was going to be at Congress Theater. But I don't know if you remember back in 2011, we had a huge snowstorm in Chicago.
Yep.
It was actually during the weekend of that snowstorm. So yeah, that gig got canceled, and we got the gig at the Rave instead, as more of like, replacing that, and also the gig in the Metro as well. So yeah, being at those places, those were just really cool. Especially House of Blues. House of Blues, we had a sold out show for our originals, and we had such a great fan base around the Chicagoland area. Especially House of Blues was probably my favorite gig with them. Just all the musicians that that have graced that stage before, and being there that day, and just it was like my first real experience. I'm like, this is it. This is cool. this is rock star life. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. What's the memory you have about playing at the Rave, man? Because that's one of my favorite venues. We were just there last night, and I love going there and seeing a show. But what's a good memory you have from that place?
Oh man, I mean, not a good memory, but I got a speeding ticket going up to the Rave. We were running late to the gig, and I was driving, and I'm like, all right, I'm going, and then we're in Wisconsin, and the cops like chilling under the bridge. He's like, oh, yeah, I got my first speeding ticket driving to the Rave, so that's my memory. But the show itself, we opened up for Escape the Fate back at the Rave. So yeah, that was a fun show. I didn't get to meet Escape the Fate, but they threw a heck of a show, and yeah, it was a good time.
I used to. I mean, this is probably we started dating. Well, this is probably before he was playing around there. But you know the band Lucky Boys Confusion?
Lucky Boys Confusion. Nope.
No, they're Chicago, so they're a big Chicago band. We used to go see them a lot, but that was like 2005.
Yeah, we're a little bit older.
I think
He's a little bit younger than us.
Yeah. That was he's probably right before your time.
Yeah.
So before we get too far down the road, we're still around a little after high school. I was reading a little bit about high school competition, talent competition that you won, man. I don't know if this is a story you want to share, but I want to know about this cowboy hat, man. It's $100 cowboy hat that you got a little excited on.
Yeah, so that was actually my very first ever musical performance. Was that talent show. I growing up, I was always a closet singer. I didn't want anybody to know I enjoyed singing, because all through middle school I got picked on a lot, and I was afraid kids around school found out I was singing, it'd just be another thing to latch on to as they were picking on me. So I kept it quiet. But then it was up until I was starting my junior year, and I was hanging out with some friends of mine. We had a bonfire, and boombox is playing. In the boombox comes I Believe I Can Fly. And I mean, when that song comes on, you just have to, just belt it out. So I did. And then my friend stopped the boombox, and everyone's like looking at me. They're like, do you know you sound really good? And I'm like, really? I didn't think so. Because I mean, I didn't know if I sounded good or not. It was just something I enjoyed to do. Like, I just love singing. Like, I love singing along to the radio, all the country songs, everything. And so to hear actually somebody say that I sounded good, I'm like, oh, okay, I never knew that. Thanks. And so leading up to the talent show, that year was the talent show. My friends were like, dude, you got to totally try out for the show. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I think it'll be fun. And I did the show, and I remember picking a song for the show. I was scrolling through my iPod, and I'm like, what's a sad song that I can play that's gonna make people cry? And I'm Already There by Lone Star. That was the song.
Awesome song.
And so yeah, I did the show. It was my first time singing, so I was nervous as heck. I mean, like it was so I went to Carl Sandburg High School. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of that school.
Yeah.
But yeah, so very, very big school, and they had a big auditorium. So, pretty much, a lot of the students were in this auditorium watching this talent show, and I'm like, okay, I go to class with these kids, and they're about to hear me sing for the first time. Cool. And so I sang, and it was great. And at the end, they announced me as the winner of the talent show, and I was just so excited. Like I couldn't believe it. Because I mean, there are so many other great acts that night. Like kids have been doing this their whole lives, and I just come on stage for the first time. Like, yeah, I can sing. So where the hat comes from, the hat actually belonged to my brother. It's got a Superman look. It's just a nice cowboy hay hat, and it's got a Superman logo in the front, and he was a big Superman fan. So when I was doing this show, he was like, dude, you're doing country music, you need to wear this hat. So I wore that hat, and when I found out I won, I was just so excited that I took the hat and I just decided to throw it in the crowd. Screw it. So I just threw it in the crowd, and oddly enough, I threw it right to my dad. It was not planned at all.
Intervention right there.
What's that?
I said that's intervention right there.
Oh yes. So yeah, I threw it right to my dad, and like not planned at all or anything. And so when I come down the stage and I'm talking to my family, my dad, the very first thing he said to me, he's like, Mike, this is $100 hat. he just threw it in the crowd like it was nothing. What the hell's wrong with you?
But what did you tell him next, though? I mean, you gotta be like, dude, I was aiming for you, though, right? Weren't you?
That's exactly what I said. I'm like, I was aiming for you. What are you talking about?
I was like, dude, I knew where you were. I was right for you, Dad. I was like, I was coming for you. I love that, man. I was kind of researching for the story. I kind of came across that. I think it was a picture, and I was like, that's a cool story. I want to hear that story. So.
Yeah, so I mean, if it wasn't for that story, I probably wouldn't be here today as a musician, because that was my first ever performance, and then winning that show, watching these people that I go to school with, and everybody just like standing up cheering for me, like that was the confidence I needed. That okay, maybe I should give this singing a try. So it was right then that I started taking vocal lessons, and then went to the hard rock band and so on and so on. So yeah, that was like my all-time favorite performance, and if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here today.
It looked like your parents were such huge supporters. Even when we had the writers around, me and your mom was there, dude. It was amazing, dude. It was cool.
Yep.
And that's all. We'll get into it later on. But one of the songs that you did, I'm still hooked on the damn song. I love it. We'll talk about that one a little bit. But dude, so going through all this, well, I think it was 2018. I was looking at this. Was it the Coors Light break competition, Country Thunder? Tell me a little bit about that. First off, we met at Country Thunder, so we kind of hold Country Thunder's a little soft spot in our hearts.
love me some Country Thunder.
Yeah, man. So tell me about this competition, doing this. I mean, going from one high school now to 2018 doing this competition.
Yes, so that was Big 95.5. When that radio station was still going on, they were hosting a singer-songwriter competition sponsored by Coors Light, and the competition was you just submit an original song, and then you go through a couple rounds, like semifinals round, the finals round, and when you win, you get the opportunity to play at Country Thunder on the main stage. So how I first heard about that, like one of my friends, I think, told me about it, and just say like, if you have an original song, you should totally like, do this. It'll be fun. And I'm like, yeah, I think it'll be cool. So I just looked for an original song that I wrote. So back when I was writing with Delightful Downfall, I was writing these hard rock songs. And then when I went to college, so after Delightful Downfall, I transferred to university. I went to Northern Illinois University, and in my spare time at Northern, I was writing songs, just for myself, just with the guitar. And at that time, those were the only songs really that I had. So in 2018 came, that was back in like 2014, 2015. I've been sending these originals forever, not doing anything with it. And 2018, this competition came. And these were songs that I had. So I'm like, okay, I'll just pick the one that I like the best. And I sent in this song called Instead. And it's just a song that I wrote pretty much describing all the things that you could be doing, but instead you're kicking it with your best girl. And so yeah, it's a fun little country pop tune. I figured it'd be great for radio friendly and everything. So, so I submitted that, and then they reached out to me saying, "Hey, congratulations! We selected you as one of the semifinalists." So I showed up to the semifinals. It was the competitions were held at Old Crow Smokehouse in downtown.
Okay.
Love those bars.
Yeah, man.
Love those bars. But yeah, so the semifinals there, and it was between like eight other acts, and then I made it to the finals after that, and the finals were just down to the 4. And during this competition, we had to play these cover songs and also our original song. And the finals, I actually got to meet Craig Campbell. Craig Campbell was at the finals. He was doing a little performance after while the judges were picking the winner. So meeting him and seeing him play, it was just awesome.
Oh, dude, that's cool. Yeah, dude. Big fan of Craig Campbell, dude, for sure.
Absolutely.
It was cool. Like reading that. Now, did you already join, or were you with Rockstar Rodeo around that time?
I was, yes.
Okay, man. Because that's where I think where we've crossed before. I think you guys, I don't know if you guys used to play out by us, but I know I've seen them before. Because we were, I'm sure you've heard of Bella Kane, right?
Yep.
So we were up by the Bella Kane territory, I would say.
Okay.
So we're right outside the Kenosha area, so we would go and see them. But we would kind of go out and. Did you guys used to play Winthrop Harbor at all, though? You remember?
Used to play where?
Did you used to play Winthrop Harbor at all?
I'm not sure. I was only in a band.
Played that white trailer back in the day.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you remember. Yeah.
I literally have no idea what you're talking about. White trailer.
Over at the Slater building, they used to have that band they play every year.
Oh,
no, that was Hillbilly Rockstars. I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think. There's three of the big ones over here, man. I know you guys.
There's so many bands, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's just a big community, a big family.
Yeah, awesome.
Where I'm kind of going with it, you through the circuit and playing all the different local clubs and bars, you got to play Joe's. And as a cover artist, come in there and play Joe's. But then later on, down the road, you got to come back and play again. When you got to come back and play Joe's for you and kind of came a little full circle, tell me a little bit about that night.
So yeah, that night, I was, going through an original act, just playing my originals and a couple covers. So when I had that show planned, I was just, getting people together for a band. And I got my buddies, Jeff Dombrowski, Matt Adelberger, Nick Adelberger. They're from a band called Cowboy Jukebox. I'm not sure if you heard of them, but another country cover band around town. But they always told me like, hey, if you ever do originals or anything, let me know. I'd love to get on that gig with you. So when I got asked to do this Joe's gig, I reached out to them and they're like, done, let's do it. And so we were just practicing, and it was hard because at that time I was in Nashville and they were still up in Illinois. So I was just had these new originals that I just written, and I was sending them to them, and I'm like, okay, these are originals. Just play off of what you can do. And they did such a great job. So I would not have been able to pull that show off if it wasn't for them. But I mean, to be.
Oh, we were going good too. Man, we were going good.
See, that's why I don't think it's gotta be.
There has to be something else. That just dropped.
When he was on a different.
A different connection too.
There he is.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
I just refreshed the page and
so weird, man. I'm sorry about this, man.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's probably my connection. I don't know.
No, it's all good, dude. So
so where was I? So yeah, being there and being able to play my originals, that was just so cool. Just because I got to see these people that I've I got to invite so many of these people that I met throughout the years at shows, my family, my friends, and people who've seen me with Rockstar Rodeo, people who I've met through the Coors Light Big Break competition, people I met at Country Thunder. I mean, so all those, I mean, just seeing all those people and having them come for this show. I remember I was playing with other acts and we had so many people there at the show. I think I sold probably close to 200 tickets.
Yeah, dude.
So to have that many people to show up at Joe's, especially since they'd never even heard my originals before, was just an amazing feeling.
Yeah, I love that, and
Very
dude,
cool.
that's more than a lot of artists I've seen that had debuts at Joe's. I mean, literally seen people that played a room of 5 people.
Yeah.
That's
So,
fantastic.
and they go on to be really huge names. So
That's
to
awesome.
have that, dude, that's pretty damn cool. I mean, I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
So what finally pushed you to go to Nashville, go from Chicago to Nashville? What finally made you just say, I'm doing this, I'm going?
Well, to be honest, I had a little bit of a falling in my life. So when back in spring of 2018, I was set to be engaged with somebody, but then I found out that they were doing something on the side that they shouldn't have been doing. So I had to cancel the wedding, cancel the engagement, and I was just planning on just being in Chicago with them, and then eventually moving somewhere else. So when that happened, my plans kind of altered, and I was just sitting there thinking, what should I be doing next? And I just, I did a lot of praying at that moment, because I feel like, at that time, I really need to talk to God and find out what His plan was for me. And as I prayed so much, I remember that whole weekend I was just locked in my room just praying. And it just came down to I needed to be happy again. And one thing that made me happy was music. And I'm like, okay, so it's music. So what can I do with music then? Like, I'm doing the cover gigs here. These are fun, but what's something else I can do with it? And at that time, a friend of mine had just went to Nashville, and she was telling me, she's like, yeah, I think if I ever want to do music, I should definitely move to Nashville. And I just figured that was a sign right there. And I'm like, yeah, I think Nashville is it. I need to just go down there and just do it. Because it was always in the back of my mind. That's just something that's like a maybe, like it was like a dream to move down there. I remember the first time I came down to Nashville was back in 2014. And it was my dad's like little family vacation. Like, he just sent us all down there. And I remember, like, my dad, like, the first thing he wanted to do when we got down there was just get me on stage somewhere and sing, just because he knew how much I love that. And so that weekend was such a fun time, and I haven't been back since before I moved. And so it was always just like a dream destination for me to move to. And I figured, I have nothing planned for tomorrow. I got nothing to do, so that means I could do anything I want. So I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna do it.
That's right.
Good for you.
And sometimes, you just gotta jump. Like, I always refer to that Steve Harvey bit where he talks about jumping. And sometimes you just gotta do it. You just when it's the right time. You just gotta do it and go and hope for the best. I mean, and I love it, man, because sometimes those are the best stories. It's like, this is what's going on. That's what I'm doing, dude. Honestly, hearing you a couple weeks ago, dude, you honestly stole the show that day. Honestly, one of the people.
Tell you're happy.
I walked away. I'm like, dude, this guy was on fire. I loved hearing him. And next time we go back, we'll be one of the first ones we invite back for sure.
That means a lot, man. Thank you.
I'm not even gonna lie on that one. So, after you get to Nashville, though, you get mixed in with the Bluebird Cafe a little bit. And you just recently won this Golden Pick contest. Tell me a little bit about this one too.
Yeah, so that one, that Bluebird happened back in December of 2021, so few months ago. And they host this Bluebird competition where every month they partner with Taylor Guitars, and every month they pick a songwriter that submits a song for this competition. And pretty much all you do is you just submit an original song to them, posting a video on Instagram, doing a couple hashtags and stuff. And after doing that, you wait to see if Bluebird messages you, and then they, pick you as the songwriter of the month. In which case, if you do, then you win an opportunity to play at the Bluebird. You also win a free guitar from Taylor Guitars, and like a whole bunch of other swag. Yeah, it's really, really cool. And a buddy of mine, Jacob Rice, really talented singer-songwriter, he won it back in February of 2021. And I messaged him saying congratulations, and he messaged me back. He said, dude, you should do it. You'll totally get picked as one of the winners. Like he was just encouraging me to do it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I'll probably do it. And it's the kind of thing where you just submit once a month. If you don't get it, the 1 month, you could do it the next month or so.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be like stacking it with so many songs. I feel like they listen and be like, oh, it's Michael Keys again.
Yeah.
So I actually submitted it I actually submitted one song in June 2021, and I submitted a song called He Did that I wrote for my dad. They didn't pick it, but no worries. I just thought, okay, maybe that wasn't a song. We'll wait for the song. And it was October of 2021, and I just written a song with these friends of mine, Jesse Kofty, John Ashburn, Cole Miracle, Nick Culpepper, Cody Kelly. Like, honestly, we were all just there, just hanging out, catching up on old times. Like Jesse's wife, she loves to cook. We went over at Jesse's, and Jesse's wife Kate just made us a whole bunch of food. It's like, here guys, come on in, have some food. So we were all just hanging out, catching up, and one of us goes, dude, we got a whole room full of songwriters. Let's write a song. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And we wrote a song called Too Drunk to Drive. And it's funny when people first hear that title, they think, oh, it's like, like a fun little drinking song, but we actually put a twist on it. Right. And it's just a sad drinking song. And the hook line is, make sure you're too drunk to drive to her house so you don't have to go and confront her. It's a scenario for after a breakup. And this guy's drinking at his bar, and he wants to get too drunk to drive, so he doesn't go over to her house and confront her. Thank you. I played that a couple rounds, and I got a good response for it, so I decided to make a video for it. And when I was just about to post a video, I noticed I saw like on my Instagram, like I guess like Bluebird shared it, like it was the last day to submit for the month. And I thought, why not? And I did the whole thing. Like I did the hashtags and the tagging and all that stuff. And a couple of days later, Bluebird messaged me saying that I was chosen for December 2021 as their Songwriter of the Month. And I'm like, no way, that is awesome.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Very cool. It's a cool story.
Thank you. Yeah, so I got to play the Bluebird. I got the guitar.
He got a guitar. Yeah, as I say, he wasn't. This story continues. Like he got a guitar out of this. Like he won this whole thing. It was a pretty cool little thing that you do, man. It was cool. That was a nice guitar too. That was a really nice thing, man, for them to do. And it's just really cool that it's just cool.
It's cool if they highlight songwriters.
Highlight that. They'll do something like that.
I was just gonna say too, like any songwriters, anybody listening to this right now. It's like it's a super easiest thing to do. Look up bluebirdcafe.com, look up the golden pick. You can see all the rules. But I mean, it doesn't have to be just from Nashville. Like, you could be from Chicago and still win.
Very cool.
And they just plan out like your trip, like, okay, when do you want to come play for us? When do you want to get your guitar? So it's really like just a global competition. You're just posting on social media and that's it.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, dude. Love that story. Love that. So I wrote down a few random things before we move on to our sponsored part of the night. Dude, I read something about you used to jump out of planes for a living, man. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, not for a living, but I wish.
So I saw a picture, but so you skydiving a little bit, or?
Oh yeah, yep. I've been skydiving 3 times, and
nice, man.
the first time I wanted to do it, I did it as actually a graduation gift. So I graduated from college in 2015. And my dad was like, well, what do you want for a graduation gift? And I'm like, you know what? I want to go skydiving. And back then I was a pretty heavy set dude. I was pushing 300 pounds, and I decided I needed a change. So I just lost like a whole bunch of weight. I lost 65 pounds. I was super skinny.
I was the same way. I was 300 pounds too. Yeah, damn near. I was like 280 something, wasn't I? I think I went from 280 to like 190. So when I lost all that weight, the one thing I wanted to do was just go skydiving, because I feel like I made the weight requirement now. Like I could just go in there it was something I always wanted to do. And
when I remember first being on that airplane and just like freaking out and getting like the adrenaline pumping and everything, and but jumping out of it like that free fall, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like having
I
anxiety.
don't know,
Just
dude.
you
But
telling me that
it's funny
story.
'cause
I'm like getting like I'm sweating.
did your brother get that for like a
So
present too?
it's so
Like,
funny. I think my mom's watching. I think for my brother's graduation, my mom got him a gift card, and I don't think he ever used
no, I
it.
don't think I ever used
I don't
it.
think he ever did it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me
Or
that.
maybe I can't remember if it was for his wedding or his graduation. I don't remember,
I
but
think it was his college
I don't-
graduation.
I don't think he ever went.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd be like
remember what it
the
was.
whole Tim McGraw song. If like I knew like I have like
I don't
24
know.
hours or 40 hours
Mm-mm.
left to live, like all right, throw my ass out.
I know, right? Yeah,
You won't even fly
Oh no,
for vacation.
I
What do you
always
mean you're
say,
gonna jump out of a plane?
If I'm gonna jump out of a plane, it's for a reason.
Oh, okay.
That's for a reason.
Whatever. That was a good
So-
story, but you made me nervous just listening to it.
Hey, it's totally.
I will never jump out of a plane.
I admit it is scary once you're on the plane, but once you fall, it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, cool. Good for you. That's awesome.
Good for you. Yeah.
Good for you. I will believe you. I just don't think I'll ever
Oh
do
my
that.
god, that's funny.
No
I love
worries.
the little cheer. Good for you.
Good for
I give
you.
guys a-
Oh, my
that's
mom
funny.
said he asked for it, but he chickened out.
He chickened out. Oh, hey.
He chickened out.
And then I saw you went to Eric Church at Nissan Stadium. I was at the show too, man. It was a hell of a.
You were at that show?
Oh man. I
Oh,
love it.
dude.
So the show is named after Eric Church. All this stuff you see behind us is all Eric Church memorabilia.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. Obviously, yeah. I know that.
Yeah, I started following him early on. I know, you and I talked a little bit about it before, but tell me about just from being an artist and being in that stadium and watching that, because I mean, he still does. I think he still does hold the record until Garth goes and plays his show.
He does. Yeah, he does.
So he still does hold the record right now. But tell me, seeing that crowd and that show, that kind of a show in that stadium, dude.
Yep. I was up in the nosebleeds for that one. I was in like
So was I.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was like the 200-300 section, whatever. Like I remember my mom and my sister and her friend were coming to town, and I'm like, oh, we should do something for for you guys. And then that's when I found out Eric Church was playing that week, and I'm like, we gotta go to this thing. So yeah, we all got tickets. We went to the nosebleeds, and yeah, just seeing like that whole sea of people from up there, it was amazing. And like Eric Church as a performer too. I remember just standing there and I'm like, I need a drink, because I need a drink for when what's the song?
Drink in my hand. He says drink in my hand.
I need a drink. I need a drink in my hand, so I'm ready for a drink in my hand.
I love it. Yeah, man. When he first announced it and everybody's like, oh, we're going to get pit. We're going to hang out overnight. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I was like, dude, I want the furthest away from the stage I could get. So I literally went all the way up top, like furthest corner, and I was there. And actually a couple people, I think it's like head of merch and a couple other guys from his team came up there and sat with me, hung out with me. And they're like, why are you so far away? I'm like, dude, I wanted to see it all. Like I saw him from playing bars with 5 people. Now I see him playing a stadium with 50,000.
Right.
Cool.
Yep. That's awesome.
So, but I could look out and see the Nashville skyline and everything. And it was just a really cool show to take in. So
yeah. And he went into the pit afterwards too, like just talking to everybody. Like, man, I kind of wish I had pit tickets now.
Yeah. Would you? I don't know if you heard this story. A bunch of my friends and everything, they went out the night before to camp out and start the pit line, probably like 6-7 o'clock at night the night before. And Eric was sound checking like 11 o'clock at night or whatever. And around 1:30, 1 o'clock, he came out with a bottle of Jack Daniels, hung out with those 20 for half an hour, 40 minutes, and drank with them.
Awesome.
There's still a picture floating around. I'll have to find that picture and send it to you. There's a picture about 20 of them Eric Church just hanging out, man, just drinking a bottle. But so after he sound checked, he went out and hung out with them. I'm like, that's the kind of guy he is, dude. I'm like, I like that guy.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah. You just never know you'll do little things like that. So well, we're gonna move on to our Powered by Pod Deck section of the night. You during the writers round, you kind of got a little taste of this. So at the end of the round, we were asking everybody a couple questions. And I pulled a couple cards earlier for you. And the first one was thinking about the best live shows you've seen. So we were just talking to the church one a little bit. What about them made them your favorites? Was it a great sound, a great crowd, or maybe a memorable moment for you?
Yeah. Probably one of my favorite live shows. One of my favorites was probably Brad Paisley. And what made it so special was this was back in 2009 at First Midwest Bank Amphitheater, and I was all the way in the lawn seats, like in the back, and there's a stage up there, and Brad's playing, and it's cool and all, but then he comes out, like, dude, he's going through the crowd, and apparently there's like a stage set up like right by the lawn where like everybody could see him, and I thought, dude, that is so cool. Like he's like we could have paid like so much more money to see him up front if we wanted to, but I mean we paid for these lawn seats, and he's like coming over here to see us. Like, that is awesome. And it was just like a stripped down acoustic version. Like he did I'm Still a Guy and like a Letter to Me. But yeah, just like being that moment, that was just really cool. Another live show, one of my favorites was Keith Urban. He's one of my favorites. He just had great sound, great energy throughout the whole show, and such an entertainer too. I mean, I remember he brought up these people from the crowd to come up and sing, and of course I'm one of the nerds. I'm like, big me. But he's such an entertainer where he knows who he's picking. Like he picks he picks a woman, he picks a drunk dude, and he picks a little kid
and a child. I would say it's always a kid, right?
Yeah, he picks a child, and they're doing a singing competition, and of course the kid is gonna win. So, so he gets the kid up there, and then the kid's singing with them, and I'm like, little bastard.
When you talk about Brett Paisley like that, man, I remember it was late '90s, same amphitheater, man, out there in Tinley Park. My dad and I went and saw Aerosmith, and they did that. All the guys, man, they went out, and theirs was in the lawn, like right there in the front of the lawn, and they did Dream On, and I forgot the other song, but it was so cool, dude, just to see like Steven Tyler and all these guys just walking through the crowd with their guitars and just going to this little stage. I'm like, all right, this is
cool. Keith did that too. He walked around his guitar. He actually walked like right past me, and I slapped him in the ass. But we'll get to that later.
so I'm going to tell you, man, when you get to playing these arenas, if you don't have those little stages in the back, I'm going to
remember the people in the back.
I'm going to come back and be like, all right, JD, we talked about this. Where's your stage in the back? You need one.
Yep.
So I love that, man. So the next one I had is, you're on an 8-hour drive between shows, and you stop at a gas station for snacks. What 3 items are you going to grab?
Oh man, I relate to that a lot. Just going back to Chicago, like it's about like 6-7 hour drive. But yeah, I go back and visit family a lot, and I do shows up there. But yeah, so my go-to snacks: Reese's peanut butter cups. Love me some Reese's. And then I've gotten into the Cheetos puff corn. It's like this, it's like this cheddar, like it's like what's it called, like Cheetos puffs, but in like popcorn shape.
Okay.
And, yeah, they're really good. They're really addicting.
Okay. I like Cheetos and I like popcorn, so I feel like I would like that.
Yeah, right.
Sounds intriguing.
And then if I'm recovering from a hangover, it's Gatorade. If not, it's sweet tea.
All right.
Sweet tea.
Yeah, we definitely love some sweet tea here.
Not Peaks. Do you drink Peaks sweet tea? What is it? Peaks?
What are you talking about? Peaks?
I think it's called Peaks. No, I don't drink Peaks.
Ugh, sweet tea.
You're a Milo's.
Yeah.
You're a Milo's.
There's sweet tea.
Yeah. But some of the gas stations doesn't have Milo's.
Yeah. We just started carrying it up here though.
Yeah,
a couple years ago we didn't used to have.
For a little bit.
Yeah, I would get it
there all the time.
When I worked at Magnolia. I'd get Milo's in the cafeteria.
Junior Milo's. I love that. All right, man. This next section is gonna be a little fun, and I kind of did a little digging. We're gonna see. So I got 4 songs. We're gonna play about 5-second clip of them, and the first kind of memory you have from this song, we'll talk about. Go ahead, hit the yellow one. So I had to throw a church song in there, but hometown Eric Church, man. When you hear that song, where does it take you?
It takes me to Nissan Stadium. Just hearing it play that live, that was awesome.
Dude, that was insane that night he did that.
Yep.
That is, I loved it, and just that was probably one because it was in Nashville, and just that entire stadium just erupted.
Yep.
I'm gonna hit that green one.
Last night, hitting on everybody and the mother. There were 2 karaoke girls.
All right, Out Last Night, Kenny Chesney, man. I'm sure that song popped up in the Rockstar Rodeo days.
Yep. Yes, it did. That takes me back to high school. Those backyard parties. I remember hearing that just on the stereo, and then just singing along to that. So yeah, that takes me back to those those old high school days.
Nice. Hit green one more time. I know you're in those party bands, so I'm sure you had a little bit of black eye. Come on.
Oh man, it takes me to one of my live shows, Bourbon Street. So yeah, playing those shows, like we don't play in the band, but that's the song that they play once the band is done playing. Yep. So like just to keep the people pumping and entertained. And as like we're breaking down, I'm on the stage like still I'm like the hype man for everybody in the crowd. I'm like, come on, get up. Yeah, so they play that song just to keep the crowd going, and the band is breaking down. The drummers taking off the drums and bass player stuff, but me with just a microphone, I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna dance.
I love that, man. Go ahead and hit. What was it? The yell one. Where does it take you, man, when you're hearing some Blues Brothers doing that one?
Yep. It takes me to the Blues Brothers days. That takes me to Bourbon Street again. I actually competed in that one competition. I don't know if you guys heard of that. It's a singing competition for the one, and I dressed up as a Blues Brother and performed a Blues Brother song for the competition. So yeah, hearing that song, it takes me back to that.
It's fun.
Dude, I love that. So we're gonna move on to our hot seat. So this is what we throw 10 quick questions together, give about 60 seconds on the clock. I know I'll give you a little peek into the first one. So we're gonna start there. Go ahead and hit that. Yeah, there you go. The first vinyl you've ever purchased.
To be honest, I never purchased a vinyl.
Really?
I was just gonna say we've never had anybody say they haven't.
Well,
but I bet he's
gonna
say he doesn't have any vinyl.
I normally go CD sometimes, but I'm like, I want to see if he had any vinyl. Oh, so what's the first CD you ever purchased then? We'll do that.
First CD when I was a kid, like a Kids Bob CD.
Remember those Now CDs?
Yes.
Now 1999.
I love those Kids Bob and Now songs.
Mine was a cassette.
Those were fun.
I'll definitely date myself there. So all right, the next one. If you had an endless supply of something, what would you want it to be?
Ooh.
Endless supply of Illuminati's deep dish pizza.
Oh,
we hanging out now. We're hanging out.
I need that down here.
This next one.
Scratch the next one.
Who has the best pizza ever? That was the next question. So there we go. All right. The strangest thing you've ever seen in the middle of the road.
Oh man, I gotta think about it. I'd probably just say like a dead animal.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of them in the middle of the road. Wait, no. I'm sorry. I remember now. I know this is hot seat. I'm trying to speed up, but I'm taking.
We've never accomplished it in 60 seconds.
Yeah, we still go through it no matter what.
Yeah. So it was. They're just building this median, and I guess they didn't level it enough yet. So this guy was turning into this median, but it was just this big hump. So his tire was over this hump. And he couldn't get his car out. So when I was driving around LaGrange and I just saw this car just sitting here, I'm like, that sucks, bro.
Oh man.
Why does that sound like something?
So you would do?
They just started building the median, so he probably didn't know that they had medians now. But
that's funny. That very much sounds like something I would do.
Yeah, I can see that because it's stationary. You hit everything that's stationary. If it's moving, you're fine. You won't hit it. Yeah.
I haven't for a while.
Do you rather drive or fly?
I'd rather fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's
Me
one
too.
thing people buy that you feel is a waste of money?
Water bottles.
Oh, okay. All right.
We get water from the sink, and there's filtered water too. So I mean, just like I have a thermos that I carry around with me. So
Use refill. All right.
Yeah.
Where did you go on a first date? So think of any of your first dates you ever had. Maybe the craziest one you ever had. Where'd you go?
Craziest first date. Okay. Craziest first date, probably because I didn't know it was a date. It was back in my Delightful Downfall days, and I was selling tickets, and this girl was like, "Yeah, I'll totally come to your show." And we met up at the mall, and we were walking around the mall, and she never once brought out the show. Like, she started talking to me and conversing with me, and I'm like, "Is this a date?" I thought I was just selling you tickets to a show, but okay. And it was just strange because she was acting awkward the whole time, and I'm like, yeah. So are you coming to the show or not?
So you gonna buy some tickets,
Yeah.
or what are we doing here?
You gonna help your brother out or what?
I just don't know. There's a lot of food questions. In this
Well, I was
one.
just gonna say, I feel like the next question.
No, good.
Where's your go-to for dinner in Chicago? And it can't be Lou Malnati's.
No, that's not gonna be.
So if you're gonna go with a sit-down dinner, where are you gonna go?
Sit down dinner. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd have to say, this pasta restaurant in my hometown called Roccovinos.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little local pasta shop. So I love going in there.
We'll write that one down. We'll check that one out.
It's in Oran Park off of Homer Glen.
Okay.
We might be down there. You never know. We're always lost somewhere on the road. We always are getting lost on the road out there. What's your favorite microwavable food?
Sausage egg biscuits.
Oh,
Sausage egg and cheese biscuits.
that's a first.
That's
That's a first on that
Yeah.
one.
Jimmy Delight sausage egg and love
I
that.
love that. All right. So, all right, the last one. I mean, it's definitely an off the wall hot seat. But you won the golden pick of the Bluebird. Going all the way back to your high school talent show, the Country Thunder days, you got to do some really cool stuff. What is still on your bucket list to accomplish in the music industry, man? While you're down in Nashville?
My bucket list really is just to walk into a gas station, like I'm pumping up gas, and just have somebody pull up next to the gas station and like just be playing my music out of their car. Or I mean, just walking into a gas station or a store and just hearing my music on their playlist, their loop of a list or something like that. So I think that'd just be a goal of mine, like just walking in out of nowhere and just hearing my song somewhere that I'm not playing it. I'm like, oh, that's me.
That would be cool. Yeah, I like that,
Awesome.
man. That's a cool. I like that answer. That's one of the original ones. So, well, I know we're running a little late, so we're not going to do the after show. We're going to do
technical difficulties.
we're going to wrap up with two songs. One of them we're going to do my choice, and then the other one we can do your choice on that. The first one I want to talk a little bit about. Definitely has to be "Hang Up." Tell me a little bit where this song came from. Researching, I mean, I was able to read it, but it's like 4th of July. You're on your way to a gig. Tell me from there, man, where this song where did it go?
Yeah, I was on my way to a gig and I get a call from my mom, and she's at a 4th of July party, and it's like, my close family there, and my brother showed up with like, my nieces and nephew, and my mom was just like, yeah, just want to give you a call. Everyone's here, except you. I just wanted to call and just say, we love you and miss you. Hope you're having a good day. And and in that phone call, like I was trying so hard to keep my composure and just tell her like, thank you and I love you too. But then as soon as I hung up the phone, I just started bawling. I was crying. I was so, oh man, I was just so heartbroken after that, because it's like moving to Nashville has been such a dream. I'm playing these shows, I'm writing these songs, it's great and all, but leaving home was honestly the hardest thing I had to do, because I had to leave my family, leave my mom, leave everything I know to start fresh. And the first few months, living down there was just really hard, but I've grown to grow out of it, and I know I still got a place back in Chicago if I ever decide to go back home. I know I still got people up there, and I know I still got family that love and support me.
You got two more out of that list now too. So
absolutely. But yeah, I mean, my home is here in Tennessee for sure, here in the South, but I always love my people up in Chicago. So when I kind of wanted to write a little song just to talk about missing mama, and I wanted to write that story. So I wrote, I got together with a couple of friends of mine, Brandon Whitley, Jake Kyle Reynolds, and Todd Williams Jr. And we're all just going in a circle, like talking about what we want to write. And I told him the story, and they're like, that is a great story. We need to write that. So it definitely wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for their help. You know, they're such great co-writers on the song. And at that time, I was talking to Grady Saxman, who's a very popular man in the country music industry. He's helped songs for Luke Combs. He's helped for Trey Lewis, a couple other big artists in town.
Yeah.
I was talking to him and like wanted to work a song with him. So as soon as I wrote that song,
I want to say the big name from just Trey Lewis hit.
we won't mention that. But
I love that.
But yeah, I sent that to him, and he went to work on it, and that was actually like my first Nashville cut. Because these other songs that I had released before that, I released them in Chicago. From a Chicago producer, and so this is my first Nashville cut. So seeing that going to work and all the musicians and everything get together, which is amazing. And then how it turned out too. You know, as soon as I first heard it, I cried. I loved it. And even then, like sometimes I'll still hear it. I'll still get a little teary eyed every now and then. And then I released it, and it actually, you know, ended up being one of my favorite songs from a lot of fans. I get a lot of people coming up to me, you know, saying like, "Dude, that Hang Up song, I get that. I relate to that." And so yeah, it's that's the story of Hang Up.
I love it, man. Well, we're gonna give you the stage, and we'll come right back after this song, man. I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna mute myself. I'm probably gonna be singing along. All right, dude, we'll be back after this song.
Sweet. Woo. I have my laptop now, so I'm trying to get everything in there. Wait, where's my pick? All right. All right. This one's called Hang Up. Mama called this evening like she always does, to check on me, shooting the breeze and catching up. She wanted to know when I was coming home from living my life on that lonesome road, but what she don't know is I can't wait to. When I hang up, man, I break down. Just a gypsy with a 6-string and a dream, chasing melodies that I hope she can hear someday. And I don't know why I try to hide. No, I don't mean to lie, but I just can't seem to find the truth until I hang up. Drop the phone right beside me in that passenger seat. Decided to take a late night slow drive up 16. Only I know the reason why I had to let her go. But what she don't know is I didn't want to. Cause when I hang up, man, I break down. Just a gypsy with a 6-string and a dream, chasing melodies that I hope she can hear someday. And I don't know why I try to hide. No, I don't mean to lie, but I just can't seem to find the truth till I hang up. Oh, mama, I'm fine. I'll be alright. I'm a rhinestone cowboy in the night, but living this life in this town ain't what it seems. Cause when I hang up, man, I break down. Just a gypsy with a 6-string and a dream, chasing melodies that I hope you can hear someday. And I don't know why I try to hide. No, I don't mean to lie. hang up. Oh, till I hang up. Oh.
Yeah, dude. I love it.
Great job. That was
Dude, I
amazing.
love that one. Dude, when you sang it a couple weeks ago, it just did hit the spot.
Mhm.
Looking, because like you talked and your mom was in the crowd. I love that, man, because it just put everything together, man, while we were doing the whole show. Just to have family there and everything else. I didn't know, man. Like they told us, like, oh yeah, we could allow kids in there. I'm like, well, next time we're bringing the kids because we have a 5 and 7-year-old. So I'm like, we're gonna bring the kids next time for sure. Then, so
That's awesome.
in the fall, we're coming back in the fall, guys. Watch for us. We're gonna be back and doing
Sweet. Yes. Come on back.
Yeah, I cannot wait. Yeah, it was a fun one. So I enjoyed it, man. It was a hell of a lineup too. So
Wonderful song.
now we did my pick, so now your pick, man. When you think from your arsenal, something new you're working on, something old, something with a good story. But my only rule is it has to be yours, and you gotta tell us the story on it.
Absolutely. What else was I was thinking of the Too Drunk to Drive song, but I already explained that. Maybe I might do something different. So this song, I actually wrote this with Daniel Leathersich and Becca Ray. It's not released yet. And I wrote it. Well, actually, the person that inspired this song was my beautiful fiance. She's a lawyer, and she works all these insane hours. And I just wanted to write a song about how hardworking she is, and about how, when you come on home, I just want you to relax. I want you to chill, and I just want you to hang out. So we wrote this song called Turn You Off.
Okay. All right. We'll give you the stage, man.
Cool. Thank you. I don't know how you do it, but watching you makes me tired. Somehow you never give in to the pressure. You're the picture of grace under fire. That boss don't deserve you. You ought to be running that show. It's easy to see how hard you've been working. So baby, when you get back home, you won't need those heels on. No living room lights on. Just an old love song that's slow and soft. I'll be your shoulder to lean on. I'll lift the weight that you take on. With me, you don't have to be on. Let me turn you off. Let me turn you off. Let me turn you off. Trade that skirt for a t-shirt. Let your hair down for a moment. You can be you, baby. Nobody's looking. Just let the night go where it's going. You don't have to save the world. Let's just be a boy and girl. You won't need those heels on. No living room lights on. Just an old love song that's slow and soft. I'll be your shoulder to lean on. I'll lift the weight that you take on. With me, you don't have to be on. Let me turn you off. Let me turn you off. Let me turn you off. Oh, shut it down, cuddle up, 'cause right now it's only us. You won't need those heels on.
No living room lights on, just an old love song that's slow and soft. I'll be your shoulder to lean on. I'll lift the weight that you take on. With me, you don't have to be on. Let me turn you off. Let me turn you off. Let me turn you off. Baby, let me turn you off.
I love that one, man. What'd you
I felt
think?
the love. I was literally smiling from ear to ear the whole time. I totally felt the love. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Thank you very much.
That was so great, Michael. I love that.
That was a badass song, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
all the
that's it.
hardworking women in the world, man, they all deserve a chance to just turn it off. And my hardworking woman, she inspired that one. So
That's amazing.
We know who one of your first downloads will be for sure.
I loved it. I really loved it. That's awesome.
Dude, I love that, man. Man, I appreciate all the difficulties we had tonight and getting this together. But I'm glad we were able to pull this show together and make it work, man. This was awesome.
So much fun.
Absolutely,
dude.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Jillian. This was so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like this is the start of a long relationship here with you, man. Because we were definitely gonna be in your corner for a long time coming, man. Because
Thank you, guys.
I love the music you're putting out, dude. I love that you like the soul too. Like you have that that
You have,
soul
like, a
to it.
Mhm.
I think those rock days are coming through a little bit, man.
I try to put a little bit of that in my songs. Try to do that rock edge in there.
It's
So
a great sound.
any plans of bringing the band up here or do anything in Chicago this summer at all?
I'd love to get a gig going in Chicago. I'm just doing gigs right now here in Tennessee, but I'd love to find out any places that are allowing live music. Just see where I could get somewhere.
Man, well, if I hear of anything, well, let's see if we can get you up here, man.
I gotta try somewhere in Kenosha too.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah, it'd be a good one too up in Kenosha somewhere. That'd be a fun one.
Absolutely.
So I was talking to Clayton Shea around town, a good buddy of mine, and I'm like, "Did you need to get up here in this area?" He goes, "If you find anything, let me know." So we have to put something together.
Yeah.
Be kind of fun. Get a couple of you guys.
We wanted to do a
this
round
way.
up here.
Yeah, one of these days we'll see what happens.
See if we can get a round going.
Yeah, we'll see if we can figure out something. That'd be fun. Chicago needs some more original music up here for sure. So, well, dude, thanks again for everything. And like I said, we're definitely gonna be in your corner. Anytime you're getting ready to release anything, let us know, man. We'll hype it up as much as we can for you, dude.
Dude, thank you guys.
We appreciate it, man, and thank you, and have a great night, dude. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Jillian.
Bye. Take care.
Dude. Take care, man. That was a fun one. I had blast with him.
I'm thanks everybody for sticking with us. We had all those tech issues at the beginning, but
we worked it out.
It was an awesome show.
Fun editing tomorrow, but we worked it out.
Nah, it was a great show. I'm so happy that he stuck it out with us and didn't give up. He was determined.
That's why I love it. I loved it. It was definitely a fun one. It's been a long week, but man, that song Hang Up. I was just looking through my thing. So we talked about his great sax with Brandon Ray. A lot of people don't know Brandon Ray sang harmonies on the song. So if you guys go and download it, you guys think you hear a little voice in the background, and you probably do. So
very cool.
But that was awesome. So man, are you looking forward to crawling in bed tonight?
I am. It's been a
late
long
night last night. We covered. We went out to Milwaukee to the rave, and I know Rosemont's probably jam packed tonight for Restless Road, but we went to check them out last night. They were really
Oh my goodness! What an amazing group of guys!
Really
so
good.
much fun.
So we've been editing the interview and the pictures and review and get it up soon on the site. But
they were awesome.
Definitely was highly impressed with this show last night. So if you guys are anywhere, check out Restless Road. The tour is called Bar Friends Tour, and you guys are gonna like it. Especially you guys are Eric Church fans out there, because I kind of gave you guys a little shout out in our interview. But there's a song called Bar Friends. Listen to it. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll like it. So it was a fun one. But thank you guys again for joining us tonight on episode 124 with Michael Keys. We had a blast talking with him tonight. The passion I see in him and the lyrics, he's here to stay for a long time. But make sure you check out Michael wherever you download your music. And we want to wish him nothing but the best. Like we said, we're going to be in his corner for as long as we can and definitely hype him up and try to get his music heard by as many people as we can, because I really think he has a message worth hearing, and we love that we were able to cross paths with this guy. So we can't wait to see what he accomplishes in 2022 and see what shows he's gonna be out and about. So don't forget to catch up on everything you missed tonight and past episodes at gainingfastonmemphis.com. And we will see you guys Monday night. Give me another good one. So we'll see you guys then.
The Gainin' Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver is brought to you by Arlo Revolution. As we close the book on another chapter, remember, music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Next week, Aaron connects more melodies and memories with other fans and the artists they love. Thanks for being a part of this musical journey, and we'll see you next time on the Gainin' Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver.